You were calling that game in Jersey last night.
That was tough because I actually.
Jamie, that was a tough look into the future.
But that's the thing. By all accounts, again, I'm not privy of the young players coming up. The Abramov, the kid they got from Columbus.
Yeah, so if you're not aware of this, Matt Duchene traded from the Senators to Columbus for a first-rounder in 2019, 2 prospects, and a conditional first-rounder if Duchene resigns.
Which is a fluff because he's not signing there, so it makes it look for Ottawa. It's a PR move to say, hey, add that in there to make it look good. It possible not happening.
San Jose did the same thing with the Carlson deal.
Now,
we'll
if
throw
you
a condition in there if we re-sign him.
If Duchene loves it there and re-signs, then, if they give that money instead that they were going to give to Panarin to Duchene or somewhere in that neighborhood, it even looks better. Like, the one kid I really like in Columbus, I don't know if I brought this up on the show before, that Dubois is a player.
Yeah, he's
like a
very
serious player.
He got benched the other night, but he's good.
Well, I know, but he's 20. Like, this kid is a serious player. Like, it's amazing. Remember at the draft, everyone thought that Kekalainen was going to take Puljujarvi, the Finnish connection, that he went and at 3 took Dubois. And
what a pick.
Oh, this guy is like
one of the more critical moves of the draft in the last 5 or 6 years, where it was like, it was a slam dunk, and everyone gasped. We were at that draft.
Yes, we were there. We're like, hold.
Pulled the trigger. I was like, what is he doing?
Well, and it's easy to say it now, but at the time we thought, wow, Edmonton, what a
luck.
What luck. Like, Puljujarvi's still waiting for them at 4.
But the scary part is if a Finnish guy with a scouting background in Kekalainen looks past the Finnish guy.
That's right.
There's a red flag.
Well, and look what's going on with Puljujarvi. Now he's injured and he can't be sent down to the minors.
Well, and he's going to go for
when it rains, it pours
and all
in
that.
Edmonton.
But that Dubois, if you could somehow find a way, if Duchene likes it there and extend him, I know it's a rental market and that, but I don't mind the return. Again, I don't know Abramov, if that's his name. We don't know the first rounder. We don't know where that's going to fall, if that's mid or late.
And I believe it's top 3 protected.
Right.
But, Ottawa, this is what they have to do. They've got to get first-round picks. They've got to load up on picks and prospects. At some point, they're going to have to spend money. I mean, that's the elephant in the room in Ottawa. There is a floor, and they aren't even within a stratosphere of it for next year. Yeah. Like, Ottawa is going to have to spend this summer, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah.
What I will say is, if you asked me yesterday, let alone a week, 2 weeks ago, a month ago, did I think Columbus would be the team that was all in to make a push? I would have said no chance, because we were looking at it from the opposite side of the coin. Panarin's going to go and Bobrovsky's going to go.
Right.
Instead, they're like, no, forget it. They're not even in a playoff spot right now. They're a point out as of today.
Yeah.
Now, they have games in hand, and as a part of me, because we were just in Vegas, I'm like, I appreciate this gamble. Like, the Columbus Blue Jackets are putting their whole fortune on like 00 at the roulette table, because they got to get in.
Yeah.
They have to get in now. And this will test the theory that your GM can actually boost the confidence within the room. Because remember last year when St. Louis was hovering around a playoff spot and they traded Stastny and they sunk like a stone.
Yeah.
And they all said afterwards through the media, off the record, that sent a message. The team didn't believe in us and we were done.
Yeah.
Well, is this going to send a message in Columbus? We're all in, and let's get rocking here.
We just got, and by all accounts, on Drager's Twitter account, he said Columbus may not be done here yet.
Well, and also the trade bait board, take Panarin off it. He shouldn't even be in the top 50. You can't trade him now. You just went all in for this year. You're not trading Panarin or Bobrovsky.
Right.
You've sent a message that we're in it to win it. And we're going to try to get in.
Yeah.
And it's a huge gamble, because even if they backdoor in, they got Tampa in the first round.
Tampa is just rinsing again. They just find a way.
But
like
still,
Kucherov.
I mean, there's a part of me that kind of, I give him credit. I give him credit for saying, forget it. We've been a middling team forever. We've never won a playoff round. We're in it. We're going for it. And when the dust settles on July 1st, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, they'll sort it out, because they are going to have a lot of money come off the books and have to reshape a little bit. They do have, like we were talking about, like that Dubois is a serious player. They've got some real good players there, but you need to add to the top-end talent, and you're going to be minus a goaltender. You're going to be minus a star winger come unrestricted free agency in Bobrovsky and Panarin. So you are going to have that money.
Big time talent. The league's all about top-end talent. It's just guys are leaving, guys that want to, like Ottawa and Columbus, like they must be thinking like, this sucks.
Well, I wanted.
If you're not this big market with these big stars, like you're out of the game. You're out of the game.
Well, they do. I mean, there's a Kawhi element to this with Duchene. They got about 3 months to sell him. Because that is not a bad contingency plan for Panarin leaving. If you can keep
Brian,
Duchesne.
do you think that Matt Duchesne is going to say, I'm not playing for the Ottawa Senators, my destination, I'm going to fall in love with Columbus? You could maybe, if you're a golfer, fall in love in the summertime with all the great golf courses around there. You're not falling in love with Columbus.
But they can give you 8 years.
But here's
a question
They
can give you that
for
8th year, Columbus
You're
can.
right, and it's a great point. But here's
it's more than 8 years. I think in that decision, you're thinking about where you want to be, where you could be, what team, what guys could I play with. I don't think Columbus would be in that discussion at all.
Well, where let's just hypothetically, because we're spitballing it. Where's the market for Matt Duchesne this summer at 7 years at $8.5 million? It's not Montreal.
Jamie, I got to be honest with you. I wouldn't pay him that. If I'm a G, I wouldn't pay him that period. So somebody's going to. So we have to figure out that. But if I'm Jeff O'Neill team, I'm not paying that period because I don't think he's worth that. I think he's a good player. He might get you 25 goals. He might get you 60 points. But I'm not giving him that contract.
I think he's.
But we got to
figure
it.
But yeah, I think he's more than that, 25 and 60. But I mean, let's just say
not much more though. Like his limit.
He's a 70-point guy. I think he is. Health and some stability, guys to play with. He's
maybe.
a pretty good player.
I mean, yeah. I'm not saying he's not a good player, but and maybe we're adjusting for the era.
As an RFA, William Nylander just got 7. Duchesne's a better player than Nylander.
Yeah, but he's also older. It's a different circumstance.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It doesn't matter comparing him to whoever.
As a UFA, all I'm saying is that where would be the marketplace? And I know there's a lot of moving targets and musical chairs, but for a guy like Matt Duchesne, everyone would connect him to, well, Nashville may have been all in on where we go. Well, they may not have a spot for him at unrestricted free agency. Like, that's the thing. You need only 2 teams really to get going, or even one team that's all in on you.
And there are teams with room, and there are teams with needs. Right. Like the Islanders, if they spend the money, if they got new ownership, they may say, "Hey, Barzal and Duchesne up the middle of the ice."
Not a bad scenario. You're right, because you're right. The Islanders
Duchesne
still have
paid.
They have to re-sign Anders Lee. They've got a few players there that are UFAs that they've got to sort out.